Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Richard N, and today I want to talk about Zapier AI agent. On a previous video, we talked about a very simplistic kind of Zapier AI agent. This agent, we designed it to be able to update or to remind customers about their overdue tickets. Well, today we're taking it a bit further. We are going to make an AI agent with Zapier that is going to make some research for us based on some certain keywords that we are going to feed it with. And when it makes this research over the internet, it's going to uh, populate a list for us on our Google Sheet. And with this research, it's going to be able to pick out the title of the content. It's going to pick out the link, and it's going to also pick out a summary. It's going to make the research, then create a summary from whatever it researched, and then it's going to go to our Facebook page and make a post for us. Now, it is not only about Facebook, we are still going to extend it to be able to make some posts for us on Zapier, on our LinkedIn page. Now, that is one. But before I go to that, I just want us to understand what Zapier AI agents are and what they can be used for. So that is why I'm going to bring up this, my little uh, slide here. So let us understand what Zapier AI agent are. So these are simply AI powered automation worker that exists inside of Zapier. Okay, so this simply means that this AI agent help us to be able to do some dynamic work. It does some dynamic work for us. This is unlike the normal Zapier Zaps, which is just like fixed workflows that actually don't do much except when trigger is fired. So this one actually does a lot of things for us, and the some of the things that you can actually do for it is that it is able to understand natural language and instructions, which means that if you give it a task to complete, it can do the task for you, even if you're not there. So it can also make decisions, and then know what actions to take, and then it can also interact with other apps, APIs, and data, and it is not rigid. Okay, so then let us talk about how this one differs. The normal Zaps are different from AI agents because with Zapier agents, okay, you are able to use adaptive, you are able to use adaptive stuffs. The normal Zaps are just, they are just static. They don't change. They only come on when something happens and all of that. But then with Zapier agent, in fact you just simply have an AI adaptive worker, okay, who understands your request, figures out which steps to run, and then executes them dynamically for you, just as you've actually done it for them, or as you have actually instructed them to do. So now, what can you use this Zapier agent to do? What can you use it for? So Zapier agent, you can use it to actually do lead qualification. You can use it to also do customer support as an assistant, and you can also use it as your own personal AI bot that can do things for you. Personally, I've been able to use this Zapier agent to build a logistics manager for myself, for and also for other businesses as well. So today, let us go straight to the point. Let us go and start. Let us go and learn how to actually start this job today. So I'm going to go to my Zapier. So this is my Zapier. I'm going to open zapier.com. Okay. So now that I've opened Zapier.com, we are going to use the the agent feature on Zapier, which is where we're going to start our magic today. So this is our agent feature here. I'm going to click on agents. And in my dashboard, you can see that I've actually been able to do a lot of things here before now, and they are all functional. You can see that I have a lot of them here, and so on and so forth. So today I'm going to just try to like redo what I've done here before. So it's not something that is a kind of big deal. So now we have to do first things first. Now we need a lot of things here, and all these are going to be shared in the comment section of this post on YouTube. So if you are on this post, if you are watching this video, just go to the description. You will see that there is a link there through which you're going to be able to get all the resources that I have used right here. So first things first is that we are going to understand what we want to do. So we want this our agent to make some research for us. And then when it makes this research, it should build us a kind of database, right? So the database is going to be in the form of Google Sheets. Okay, so it's going to make the research, find the topic, find which platform made the top, made the post, and then it's going to get the link to that post, and then it's going to compile everything inside of our Google Sheet. And then we are still going to add another step that from this sheet is going to be able to make either a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post. So first of all, let us get our Google Sheet so that it can be able to do the work for us. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive now. I'm going to go to drive.google.com. So this is where I'm going to make my stuff. So I'm going to create a new sheet. Okay, I'm going to call it Google Sheet here, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it Zapier Social Media Agent. Let me call it Zapier Social Media Agent. I'll call this Vision 2. Let me say version 2 or V2, right? So that one is been created now. Okay, so next thing I want to do now is I want to add things to it. I want to be able to give it some fields to work with because it's going to take things from me. So I'm going to need it to get the date of the post. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to put the date. Okay. Then also I need it to bring up the title of the post. Come here, put the title. All right. So next is I want to get the link of the original, like the original post, the link. If it read it from, if it was read on, CNN, on Forbes, I want to have the link, right? So what was the headline that it read? I need to put this on here. And then the next is I want to get a summary, right? I want to get a summary. So I'm going to put here summary, right? So you can see that here now we have actually specified what we want it to do for us. So I'm going to make it bold. Just do your control B and it's going to become bold, right? And I think I'm also going to add here and say, okay, I'm also going to add maybe post made. Okay, post made on Facebook page. Okay, then I'm also going to add maybe I want to copy this one and do it here. And so, okay, post made on LinkedIn. Post made on LinkedIn. Okay, so this one is quite unique. So when it does get the post, it's going to put the date, it's going to put the title of the post, it's going to give us the link of the post from wherever I read it from, and then it's going to also give us a headline that was originally, that was written at the source where it got the, this post. Then it's going to give us a summary, and it's going to tell us if it was able to make a post on our social media pages, right? So we have Facebook and then LinkedIn. Let me change this to LinkedIn. Okay, so this is just what we need now. This is just what we need. I'm okay with this, my document. So this is our document. I'm going to just save it. So if I come back to my Google Drive and then I refresh, I would have a version 2 of my file here. You can see that the version 2 is actually here. So now we now want to start our stuff. So now this is my AI agent page or section of Zapier. And first thing I want to do is I want to go and say new agent. Okay, now at this point, it's going to say, what would you like this agent to do? So you have to feed it with what you want to do, like, a set of instructions, or let me say descriptions of what you want. So I'm going to go, this is my description here. I'm also going to put this in our, in our description. So I'm going to copy this all and I'm going to put this here, right? So this actually is a kind of instructions that it is that the goal is to identify and compile a list of AI related brands, okay, and companies that are being covered in the news online. So this is what we are looking for. This is going to find or make research for AI related brands and companies that are being covered online, right? So this is just the job. So when it does that, it's going to actually be able to, it's actually going to find these reputable sources, and it's going to look for the trending news in these sources, and then it's going to extract data, right? So I'm going to change this to data extraction. So it's going to extract data. It's going to get us, the date that the article was published. It's going to give us a title, and then also going to give us a link, right? And then we're now going to give it another instructions. Okay, what it's going to write now is that for each of these articles that you found, please write a captivating, clickable, okay, clickbaity headline and summary of the article. Then for the summary, the user should be able to skim this article and then be able to know what the latest news is. Can you see that now? And then we even still give it a kind of we even still give it a kind of okay, a quality assurance and said double check that each row in the sheet is complete, verify all required fields are populated and all of that. So and then now that we are done with these instructions now, I want us to start building. So we are going to click on start building. Okay, we're going to click on start building. And yes, so when you click on start building, you are going to give it some time to process the instruction you just give to it, right? Give it some time to process instruction. So this is instruction that you give to it now. And at this point, we have done a lot, some part of the job now. So the next thing that we want to do now is that we want to specify things. Okay, we have to specify things. So now now you can look at this thing now. The thing actually the agent stuff actually did a lot of things here. So but then first of all we have to create our trigger. Okay, we have to create our trigger. So the trigger is, you see where they say scheduled by Zapier here every day. Click on this place here, and then you see where they say time of the day here. You need to set it as what? Set it as the time that you want. If you want this thing to work every morning by 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. By 10 p.m. In the evening, or 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, you need to specify that here. So I didn't, I want it to work every day by, let us say, 10 a.m. Okay, once you specify that, then you click on save. Okay, now we specify that it should work from 10 p.m. Sorry, from 10 a.m. and then we are good. Okay, now this thing I want it to be somewhere. So it said perform quality assurance to be sure. It said final goal is generate a comparative daily report of AI news with engaging headlines and summaries organized in a Google Sheet document for easy, whatever. So now I have to specify where I want this thing to take place. This document thing, where do I want it to take place? Okay, so I'm going to take this place here now. I'm going to bring it in here. I'm just going to put it here now. Let us put it here, and let me just put it here, and then I'm going to configure it now. So to configure it now, I'll need to specify which Google Sheet I want this to work with and whatever I want it to do. So I'm going to click on this now. Okay, I'm coming. I think I missed a step. So here now I have to actually put a step. Okay, I need to add a step. So let me click on these tools here. Of course, you know how we did it the first time. We normally click on these tools to be able to, actually pick what we want to add there, right? So I need to click on this add tools here, and I'm going to click on this all tools. So the tool that I want to add here is Google Sheets. I'm going to click on Google Sheets. Okay, so Google Sheet is what I want to do. So the thing I want to do here is that I want it to create me I want it to create Google Sheet rows. You can see that this one is already highlighted here. I think I want to remove this. Let me remove this. I think it doesn't need to be here. I just want it to be removed. Let me remove this, or let me even just work with it, right? So we've already set it up as okay, you should create Google Sheet rows, right? But then we have to specify on which Google Sheet is it going to do this one. So normally the account is going to be this. We can select any other one here if we want to. So I think my Google Sheet is on this account. Okay, so it's now asking me which drive. So I need to go to this place and then click on set a specified value here, because I need it to know where it has to do this, right? So I need to click on my Google Drive, and then I'll click on my Google Drive. Then spreadsheets. It's now asking me which of the spreadsheet am I going to put this on, or do I want it to populate with this result for me? So like, okay, now I am done with the assignment. Where do you want me to write it, or on which sheet should I compile my findings? So we need to click on the spreadsheet and then click on set a specific value for this field. So click here. Okay, now the next thing is that it is asking me to choose value. So I need to click on this choose value here, and I want to specify that the work that it has found, or the result it is found, you should compile everything on this my Zapier social media agent version 2 here, right? And now it's asking me worksheet. What sheet simply means which of the sheet, you can see that we are here in sheet one now. So maybe we'll have sheet two, sheet three, and so on and so forth, right? So I need to specify, and I will say, okay, it should be on what? It should be on sheet one. You can see sheet one here. If you don't find your sheet number, you should just click on refresh so that it can be able to, update itself, right? So now it is now going to do this, and I think we need to specify the time zone. So here I need to set that, okay, I need the time zone to be, I need the time zone to be, uh, I need the time zone to be maybe, let me just, let me just leave it as what, as the default. Okay, then every other thing here should be let your agent generate a value for this field, right? So I'm going to leave it as it now. So at this point now I'm done. I'll click on save. Okay, so I say, okay, save. Now that I've clicked on save now, the next thing I want to do is that I want to test to see if this actually will work. Remember, this is our sheet at the moment. You can see that it is quite free. There's nothing inside of it at the moment. So let us test to see if if our trigger is going to work. So I'm going to click on what? Agent preview. And at this point now, I can now test. You see where they say test agent here? We can test agent and see now. So I'm not going to pause the video. I will allow you to see the process so that you can be able to see that there is no cheating here. There is no editing. I don't edit my videos. So you can be able to see it in action. So you can be able to see how it works. You can see that whenever it checks this box, it means that it was able to complete that task. So you can be able to see what is going on here. To be able to pull out different results from the internet. You can see that it has searched for Google. It is also doing in fact it's still doing Google search, and it is finding, as it does each search, it is finding things. You can see that it is found like from from fortune.com, it saw something. You can see that at New York Post.com, it found something. See businessinsider.com, it found something, and so on and so forth. So it just keeps compiling, okay? And when it has done compiling, it will, when it has done making the research, it will compile everything, and you know, it will be okay, right? So now it is still making the research. At this place, it didn't find anything nice. So this scrape job was throated at your current currency limit, current limit. If you like to scrape faster, you can upgrade your plan. Okay, fine. It is fine. No need, because now we are using the free trial version, so that's why it's like that. So it is still scraping. It is still scraping. We just have to allow some time to pass so that it can be able to finish its scraping. I don't want to forward or limit anything. I just want it to go like that. So, okay, it's still scraping. Let's see. Let us see if it's still going to keep scraping. You just need to allow it some time. Maybe just give it like 2 minutes and all of that. You can see that now it is now generating our file, right? You can see that now it said this is just what it gave. It said Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleiman is sounding the alarm about seemingly conscious AI a system that, so this is just one of the summaries that it wrote, and you can see that here it has done this inside of a Google Sheet, which it says create sheet row. So it has actually done this already, and ours is just to approve here. Don't forget that we are still trying to like test this. Okay, so I'm going to click on approve. Okay, once you approve it, now you can see that it's not saying approved. And you can see that it says action in progress, which means that currently it is creating this Google Sheet now. So after a while now, I will go and refresh the Google Sheet page so you can be able to see what happened. Okay, consider the page, the sheet creating is actually completed, and I can see it is showing good here. So it said great. Now let me add the second article about Attorney General warning AI firms and all of that. So it is going to pull out all these things inside of your Google Sheet automatically. I'm clicking approve now because we are just trying to like test it to see how it works, right? So once it is doing all this now, it will keep on adding them to this. You can see that here now we have already gotten two articles here already. Okay, this is the first one. Say we should have seen seemingly conscious AI coming, right? Then this one is 44 US AGs, one AI firms. If you harm kids, you will answer for it. Okay, that one is another headline, and you can see that this is just how it is here. So we have not yet posted on Facebook yet. This is still the headline and the summary that we asked for. It's still going to be getting more for us. Let us go back and check. Okay, so it's still generating more. So the moment I approve it, it will be added in here. So let me refresh here so you can see. The moment we can see that here now we have one. You say Metal Super Intelligence Lab is already losing key staff less than 2 months after. Can you see? So this is just another super headline that is going to play out soon. Okay, so you can see that this actually is doing the work that somebody would have been paid to do research for, right? So it does its job in real time, and this can help us to, to save time and save money as well. So it just keeps doing this. It's going to be adding a lot of things into our sheet. As soon as it's found it, it will be able to compile this. And then yours is just to allow you to do this thing every morning as you wake up. You will have seen a social media page or a social media post already compiled for your reading pleasure, right? So just give it some time to work. It will take some time. And I think at this point the video is getting too long. Let me just pause it a bit so that we can continue after a while. Okay, so now we could see that our stuff, our AI agent or our Zapier agent has completed our stuff, right? You can see that it is not completed our stuff here, and it is now, it says mission, it says goal accomplished. So in total it got so many posts for us. You can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts that it got for us. Can you see that now? Isn't this awesome? I think this is one of the most awesome thing that has ever come to be for us as learners in this AI game. The ability for us to be able to find things even when we are not there. It's just able to find things that we need, and it's going to compile and make a list for us. It's very, very awesome. So I think this is quite a good one. So it found a lot of things here, and now we will now watch it do its thing. So it says key story stuff, blah 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 blah, and all of that. So it says Google Sheet integration successfully populated the Google Sheet, blah blah blah. 5 complete articles. Each row contain all required fields, link, blah blah, summary. So it's just giving us a brief, summary of all it did, right? So this shows that this part of our, this part of our AI agent is done. This is one AI agent that we just did. So the next thing now is we are going to try to do the other part of it. So we just got the content. We just got the content, the sources, the title, the headline, and the summary, right? So the next thing now is we are going to try to actually do a lot of other things. So anytime you are done with what you are looking for, always remember that if you like the outcome that you just got, maybe you came here now, you checked everything that you see here, you like the title and all of that, you like the way it did it, and so on and so forth. You can always tell it what that you're okay. So what you do is by what now? You say, okay, enable agent. Now, if you do not like it, you can use this chat here to drop further instructions. Say, okay, maybe remove so and so line, don't do this, or do it again, refresh everything, and so on and so forth. So I think for this now, I think I like what I see here. So my job now is just to click and say, okay, you see where they say this is just to like enable the agent so that it can start doing its job every day, right? So I'm going to click here and I'll say, okay, enable. Okay, so this agent now is being enabled and is going to work as time goes on. So the next I want to do now is I want to go to my all agent here, and I want to do something else, right? So you can see that here now we have this here, it's called AI News Daily Digest, right? So I can click on it and I can change the name. You can actually rename your agent the way you want them to be. So I can name it, I can say okay, I can call it what AI agent version 2. Okay, so that can be enough. So I can now go back again, right? So you can see that the name is now here. So now the next thing I want to do is that I need to go and create the post on my social media. Let me start with Facebook. So we are now going to tell this agent that since we now have list of content here, all right, so now we have to use this content now to make a post for us on our social media page. How do we do this? So that's where we now need to say, okay, create a new agent here. Okay, we're going to create a new agent here. And for this one, we are going to still go back to our notepad and we're going to pull up our set of instructions. So these are a set of instructions here. This one is it here. So I'm going to say, okay, write high engaging post and all of that. So I'll bring this up, I'll bring it down here. I think I'm going to stop here. So I'll copy this one up here and I'm going to put it here as a what? As a description. You can see it now, this one is quite long. So it says you write a high engaging Facebook post designed to grab attention and spark conversation and all of that, right? So this is what it will look like. Okay, so we're going to just bring this up, and now that we have added it here now, the next thing is to say start building. Let us start building first. Okay, now that we started building now, it is going to hallucinate for a while, and then we are going to be able to actually put in our command, right? So now we are saying that it should make Facebook post for us. Okay, but what is the source? What is the source? So we need to say, okay, add trigger. See trigger here? We need to say, okay, add a trigger. So what is that trigger? The trigger is that they should get this response from where? From a Google Sheet. Okay. Now, which Google Sheet? We need to specify the Google Sheet now, right? So we will say, okay, let me add trigger here. We'll say, okay, it should anytime come in, we'll say this thing should be from what? It should be from Google Sheet, right? Should be from Google Sheet. Okay, so we're going to come back here now, and we're going to continue to add our trigger. So okay, say new spreadsheet row, click here, and of course this is where our stuff is. So we need to select that's our version 2, and we need to say okay, worksheet is going to be worksheet 1. Click on save. So whenever there's a new worksheet row, this thing should fire. That's just what we just did there now. Okay, so now we are not telling that okay that this what now that they should make a post for us, right? So it says access the social media posts examples blah 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 blah. So now we need to feed this AI with our list of existing what post examples. So we have these post examples is in our group, is in our Google Sheet. So we have to feed this into here. So we have to click on this. We'll say click on this one now to add tools. Well, let me click on add tools. Okay, we're going to just simply click on let's say we're going to feed it with tools. Okay, sorry that. So we're going to click on here. We're supposed to be able to add this here. I don't know why it's not allowing us to do our thing. Okay, we're supposed to be able to respond to us, right? So let me say add data source. Click here. Okay, our own is already here. Data source is already here. Okay, so now let us go back and continue. So there's something I want to point out here. The because I've done this before, so the tool just actually put this up here. But if you've not really done this before, if you wanted to like add an instance or maybe you wanted to like put up an example, what you do is that you just put the cursor where you want where you want to put the post examples. Then you click on add tools, and then my example was actually a Google Doc, so I need to click on Google Doc, and then you click on the data integration, which means you want to feed it with an example to work with. So you click on data integration, and then you need to select where the document is, and then you need to click on here. The document is on my Google Drive, and you can see that we have social media post examples. You can select this, and then when you do that, you cannot click on data or add data source. But because I've already done that, it is here already. So now the next thing I want to do is that I want to specify where it has to create the social media post for me. So I want you to post it on my Facebook page. So this is where that command is. I need to click on here and I'll say add tools. So if I click on add tools here, it means that the tool will be on this part of the place. So it will follow the sequence. So click on add tools, and then I want to go to add tools from 7,000 plus apps. So I want to click here. And then here I will use the search feature and I will search for Facebook. Okay, once you type on face, it will come up. So you can see that we have Facebook pages. Click on Facebook pages here. Okay, and then you need to scroll till you find create a Facebook page. You see where they say create a page post, right? So click here now. Maybe you can even make it a little bit advanced, of course. So, of course, we need to specify our Facebook post, our Facebook page. So, first of all, to specify your Facebook page, you need to specify which account that Facebook page is connected in. So, if you click on this your Facebook page, you need to click on connect account because you are new. So, I've already done mine. I don't need to do that anymore. So, I click on connect here, and here now I can be able to actually specify my Facebook account. If you not log in before, you need to log in. If you have multiple accounts, you need to select which one you have from the list here. So I think I've done that before. I don't want to redo this. I'll click on cancel, right? So I've already done this before. So let me just try and do it one more time. So click on here and then click on add tools. Go to your all tools here, then type Facebook. Okay, so click on Facebook pages. Okay, then so we want you to create page post for us. I need to click here. All right, and then when we return here, we now need to specify our page. We need to click on this gear here, and then we already have our account here, which is this one. So which page? You need to click on this page here to specify the page on which you want the post to be made. So I want the page to be made on this my page. I want the Facebook post to be made on my page. This is one of my pages. Click on that page name, and then you cannot specify other things here. You can say okay. You can see that we have the message should be specified by your agent. Okay, the photo you can say okay that the agent should add that one as well, and then the link URL you can say do not include a field for this. So we don't want any link to be added, right? You can just click on this. Let us say do not add link. So now you can also okay save, right? So once you have reached to this point now, your job here is done. The next thing is to preview the agent. Okay, when you preview the agent, you can now click on test. All right, so let us now test and see how it works. So I'm going to go to my Facebook and then see if it is going to work the way we've actually planned for it to work. So this is the page here. This is the page. You can see that my last post here was 4 hours ago. The last post was made 4 hours ago. So now that we are testing, we're going to see if it's going to be able to pull out leaves for us. Okay, so we're going to give it some time to work. It will take some time for this to happen. So just give it some time. Okay, so that when we are done with this, we can still go forward and do the same thing for our LinkedIn, right? So let us see now. So you can see that it's actually taking its time to do its job. In fact, it does this job perfectly. So it says, I'll help you create and publish a compelling Facebook post about AI consciousness story. Let me start by assessing the social media post examples. Okay, so it's going to read the data that we fed it with. It's going to read it now. So now it says users are reporting they believe their AI are conscious. You see, this one is from Microsoft, right? And all of that. So this one is just one of the posts, right? So I can now click. So this is just one of the posts that is going to likely make for us. Okay, so I can now click on approve. Once I click on approve now, it will try to create this post on my page. So you can see that it says action in progress, Facebook pages, create page post. So it's not going to create the post now. It say perfect. I've successfully completed the entire workflow. Can you see now? It has done the job for us. So let me now go. You say goals achieved. You say created and published a compelling Facebook post. Facebook post about AI consciousness crisis, right? So that was the post that he made. So what I accomplished, he said it assesses the social media post examples data source and reviews the guideline for high engaging posts, right? Then it also analyzed AI consciousness story, which it got from different sources, right? Then it crafted a high engagement Facebook post following the guidelines. Okay. Now it is done with that. If you have any kind of error, maybe you went to your view your post on Facebook and you see that you don't like it, you can actually you can actually chat with it here to make changes, right? So let me now go and see what it did on Facebook. So I'll come here and excuse me, I should go to refresh this page. You can see that here now we have a post that was made 1 minute ago. Look at the post. Can you see the post? So the AI made the research and it came up with this post right here. This is the post that it made, right? This is the post that so you can see that it made this post. I didn't make this post myself. The AI made this post by itself. So this is it now. So I think the job here was done, and we are quite okay with that. So anytime that you are good with the job, you can just say okay, you are done. But if you don't like it, you can say okay, uh, yeah, can you use another post instead. Let us see now. So I want you to change the post and use another post, right? So I'll click on what I've given it the chat now. So I need to press enter and then see what it will do. So it will redo this thing again. It will redo this posting again. You can see that it says feedback received. You just got a new feedback, right? So it says instead of using AI consciousness to read that was this and that. So you need to look for another post now from the list that we have here. Okay, because what it used now is it used this post that came from fortune.com, right? So it can use another one here to do its job, right? Because we have a list of 5 here. So apart from using the first one here, you can use any other one here to do the job, right? So let us see what it is doing. Now let us see. It says it says let me check what other content is available in the social media post examples, blah blah blah. So it is not going to check. So it says if you're too busy to grow your business, you're running it wrong. Here is hard truth. Most entrepreneurs are drowning in tasks that could be automated or delegated in minutes, not hours. Right? So this one now is another post that it can actually find or that it found and can actually make on our social media page, which is Facebook, right? So let me click on approve on this so you can see how it will work. Let me click on approve now. Okay, so when you click on approve, you give it some time to act, right? So it says action in progress. Until this thing is be completed, you will not see the post there. So you need to give it some time to to really do the job. And then once it gives you this line and say perfect, I've successfully created another post, you can now go forward and check. So I need to refresh this now. Let us see what it did. You can see that the first time 3 minutes ago it did this post about Facebook, about Microsoft AI CEO. Now we have another one here that says if you're too busy to run your business, blah 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 blah. So this is what it did on the second option. So I think at this point, I think our business here is done. So yes, our AI was able to actually craft highly engaging posts for us. You can see that it's even, in fact, it's even asking us what it says what is one repetitive task you do daily that you could actually automate or delegate this week. So this actually should spark up engagement and make people want to comment and maybe probably engage with the post, right? So that is just what it does. So when you are done with this, what you do, you come to this point here and then you enable the agent so that it can be able to do this the next day as you have actually scheduled it, right? So we are done with this part now. The next part we want to do here is we want to create the other agent that is going to post on our LinkedIn. So remember, we did the first one, which was to find this list of posts here. Okay, it has done this now. So the next thing I want to do now is we also went ahead and then we created one that can actually take this post here and then create our post, our post on here on Facebook, right? So let us now do the second one or the last one, which is to take everything here again and make a post on our LinkedIn. So I'm going to click on this new agent. Okay, so this is where we're going to give it instructions. So I'm going to go to my list of instructions. This is it here. I'm going down to the bottom. I said that I have one here for LinkedIn post prompt, right? I can copy this from here down. This one is quite long, so I need to stop it here. Okay, copy this now. Then I'm going to feed it in here. So I'll feed it here. Okay, this one is quite long, so you have to ask for this document so you can be able to have it and work with it. So I'll click on start building. And then you give it time to do its thing. Okay, so it's going to start building now, but before that it needs to think so it can be able to know how best to to be able to work with this instruction that you've just given to it, right? So now you can see that it is done working now, right? It is done thinking. So the next thing now is that we need to specify where we want it to make the post on. So you see this line 4 here, you come here, you put column, and then you say add tools, right? Add tools, and then the tool is you need to type in LinkedIn. Okay, you see LinkedIn now. This is LinkedIn. Click on LinkedIn here. Okay, so you can see that we have you can see that we have LinkedIn share updates. Okay, so this is where we need it to be. So we need to be here. So we need to click on this one. Okay, click on that one, and once you are here now, you need to click on the gear icon again, and then you need to say, okay, which LinkedIn account? This is my LinkedIn account. If yours is not here yet, maybe you are starting for the first time, you need to click here to connect your LinkedIn account. So when you're done with that now, you can now then this is our LinkedIn account. I need to start this afresh. So click here, select your account here. The comment you need to let the agent fix the comment for you. Then the visibility, set it to everyone or anyone. Then the content title, of course, everything here should be done by the agent, right? When you're done, you simply do what? Click on save. All right. But before now, I should have added tools, right? Now, the tools here I should want to add actually is, or sorry, I should have added my trigger. So you can see that we have trigger here. Click on trigger, and then our trigger is going to be from Google Sheets. So this is Google Sheets here. Click on this Google Sheets. You see where they say you see where they say new sheet row here. Click on this and then specify where the account, where that sheet is located is here. And then you need to specify which sheet, which is our Zapier social media agent version 2. And then the worksheet is worksheet 1. And then click on save. At this point, you are good. Once you've reached this point, you can now click on agent preview. On this agent preview now, you can now test what you've done. So we are, just need to like give it some time now to see what we've done. So let me open my LinkedIn now. So I'm going to open my LinkedIn. You can see that this is my LinkedIn. I have some posts I was made earlier this morning. I think you can see that my last post here were these were made 4 hours ago, right? Good. These were made 4 hours ago. So we are going to see what it will do now. So I need to go back here and then see what is going to happen. So you can see that it is currently assessing it's actually assessing my Google Sheet, those posts that we have here. This is Microsoft AI. So it also came here and then it found, you can see that we have this Microsoft AI person here. Look at it here. See the Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa. So that's what it is using here to work now, right? So we are now seeing that it has found that now we can now make the post. You see where they say approve here? You need to click on approve. Once you click on approve now, it is going to do the job for you. Just give it some seconds and it will tell you that it has done the job perfectly. You see now, it says perfect. I've successfully created and published high converting this and that. So you can see that here now. This is just how this thing is like. So the job is done. Let us now refresh and see what happens here. So I need to refresh this one. Then I need to go to my profile and see. Let's see. Can you see now? You just said now. Look at the post here. You see? You just said now Microsoft AI just issued blah blah blah. It even added some kind of hashtags, and this is going to actually help us to create more engagement and all of that. So you can see that actually this is quite nice and interesting. It's not something that is very difficult to build. It's quite straightforward and all of that. So your own now just to come in here, maybe you can come in here and then probably, where you feel like sometimes you might need to actually tag the brand. Like me now, I want to tag Microsoft here. I can click on this one. I can click on maybe edit post, and here now I can come to this place and I can put add to tag Microsoft, right? So you can see that I have Microsoft here. Cool. So once you do that now, you can say, okay, you are done. Okay, so I can now continue to do, I can still tag this guy, tag him. You see this one is Google Engineer, right? So I can just put that at there to tag them and so on and so forth. So at this point now, we can click on save and our job is done. Okay, so every morning by 8 a.m. or by 9 a.m., this uh, this uh, this Zapier agent is going to make some research for us, and it's going to post that research across our Facebook and our LinkedIn platforms, right? So when you're done now, I think I'm done here. I need to activate it. So I need to click on activate so that it will be active to work for me, right? So this is how we did it, guys. So you can now be able to actually do your social media stuff. You can now be able to do a lot of things with your social media through whatever you're able to build with your Zapier AI agent. So if you wish to turn it off, you can just click on here to turn it off. You can just turn it off like this. Anyone you want to turn off, just click on this switch here to be turned off. Turn this one off. You can just turn it off here, right? So these are my several automation that I've done. I have this one. This one is beginner. It goes here and then it goes here. So these ones are all active and they are functional on my social media. So this actually is very, very helpful. So just as a reference or as a summary, the Zapier AI agent actually help you to do a lot of tasks and help you to find a lot of things for you even if you're not there. This can work for you if you're a content creator, if you're a blogger, if you're a research assistant, even if you are Even if you're a virtual assistant, you can use this to actually do a lot of things. You can even configure this Zapier AI to read emails and then give you the brief summaries about the emails and all of that. So there's a lot of things that has to be done or that could be done with this Zapier AI agent. Don't forget that it has the capacity to work with more than 7,000 different apps. You can even bring in your AIs and all of that into it. So this is just the little that we can do today. So in consequent videos, I'm going to keep on making more videos about this AI and the agent and all of that. So don't forget to keep on coming back with us at Fast Giddy Tutorials. We're going to keep on, sharing more interesting videos. Remember, my name remains Richard N, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.